When people think of World War II, they usually picture tanks rolling through Europe, or soldiers storming beaches. But above all of that, there was another battlefield. A battlefield where speed meant survival, where one mistake meant fire, and falling from the sky. And at the center of it, was Germany's Air Force. From lightning-fast fighters, to terrifying dive bombers, to experimental jets that were years ahead of their time. Germany built some of the most advanced, and deadly, aircraft of the war. Today, we're breaking down every major German aircraft used in World War II, and how each one shaped the war in the skies. The heart of Germany's air power was its fighters. And one aircraft dominated the skies more than any other: Messerschmitt Bf 109. This wasn't just a fighter, it was the fighter. Fast, lightweight, deadly. The Bf 109 was responsible for more kills than any other aircraft in history. It fought everywhere, from the skies over Britain, to the deserts of North Africa, to the freezing Eastern Front. But it wasn't perfect. Its narrow landing gear made it difficult to handle, and many pilots crashed before even reaching combat. Still, in the hands of experienced pilots, it was lethal. If the Bf 109 was the foundation of Germany's fighter force, the Fw 190 was its next evolution. Stronger, more heavily armored, far more forgiving to handle. When it first entered combat, Allied pilots were caught completely off guard. At lower altitudes, it could outperform many British fighters, quickly earning a reputation as one of the most dangerous aircraft in the sky. But it wasn't limited to air combat. It could be equipped with bombs, allowing it to strike targets on the ground just as effectively as it fought in the air. Germany also tried something different. A heavy fighter. The Bf 110 was bigger, carried more weapons, and had longer range. On paper, it sounded perfect. In reality, it struggled. During the Battle of Britain, it was too slow and too vulnerable, and British fighters tore through them. But instead of abandoning it, Germany adapted. They turned it into a night fighter. And in the darkness, with radar systems guiding them, the Bf 110 became deadly again. If fighters controlled the skies, bombers controlled the ground, and no aircraft was more terrifying than this. You could hear it before you saw it. That infamous screaming sound was designed to create pure panic. The Stuka wasn't fast. It wasn't heavily armored, but it didn't need to be. It was incredibly precise. It could dive almost vertically, release bombs with terrifying accuracy, and pull out at the last second. Early in the war, it was devastating. But later, as enemy fighters improved, the Stuka became an easy target. This was Germany's main bomber. The He-111 carry out massive bombing raids, including during the Battle of Britain. It had range, payload, and reliability. But as the war went on, it became outdated. Allied fighters caught up, and losses started to climb. If one aircraft defined versatility, it was the Ju-88 bomber, dive bomber, night fighter, recon aircraft. It could do everything, and it did it well. Because of that, it became one of the most widely used German aircraft of the war. As the war turned against Germany, they didn't just build more aircraft, they built different ones. Weapons that were years ahead of their time. This changed everything. The Me 262 was the world's first operational jet fighter. It was faster than anything the Allies had. Pilots described it like this: by the time you saw it, it was already gone. It could tear through bomber formations, and escape before escorts could react. So why didn't it win the war? 2 reasons. It came too late, and Germany lacked resources to produce enough of them. This was the first jet-powered bomber. Fast, hard to intercept. It could fly reconnaissance missions, or drop bombs, before enemies even knew it was there. Again, too little, too late. By the end of the war, Germany was desperate. The He-162 was designed to be cheap, fast, and easy to build, even by inexperienced pilots. But that came at a cost. It was unstable, dangerous, and often crashed. Still, it showed just how far aviation had evolved in a few short years. In just 6 years, aircraft went from simple propeller planes to jet-powered machines that would define the future. Germany's aircraft were some of the most advanced of their time. But technology alone wasn't enough to win the war. Still, their designs influenced aviation for decades, and many modern aircraft owe something to these machines of the past. Because World War II wasn't just fought on land or at sea, it was fought in the sky, and the legacy of those battles is still flying today.